Okay. There we go. Took me a minute to sort my shit out there. I'm sorted now, though. Let's see. So we've got YouTube's going. Nice. YouTube's good. Multi's good. That's good. Okay. Square. Hey, what's up, X1? I'm doing well, sir. Yes, another fine weekend. A Sunday with nowhere to be and nothing to do. It is great, man. It is great. And thank you very much for being a member. I appreciate you. All right. What are we doing today? We're starting a new course on boot.dev. We're level 85, and we're going to keep trying to march to level 100. Hello, Yasir. Good to see you. How are you? Hope you're doing well. All right. Learn file servers and CDN. So full disclosure, I think this course is supposed to use AWS, but I'm probably going to try to avoid that if at all possible. This course will require an AWS course. We will not go outside of the free tier. So if you do everything properly, it shouldn't be charged. That said, you will need to have a credit card on file. And if you do something wrong, you could be charged. So just be careful and understand the risk. No, thank you. So we are gonna, I think, use a S3 compatible alternative that we can self-host. And then for the CDN part of this, I think we probably will use probably something Cloudflare maybe provides. So we're gonna hack that. We're gonna hack around this a little bit. Let's see. You'll need both the Go toolchain and the boot dev CLI. If you haven't already, have them. Here are the installation. Fork the starter repo for this course into your own GitHub namespace, then clone your fork onto your local machine. All right. Let's see, what is this? Is the starter. Okay, so I already have FFmpeg. Actually, I don't know if I have FFmpeg on the WSL side. I do not have the AWS CLI. Let's look at the example env and see what they're gonna have us do here. So JWT secret, S3 bucket, S3 region, S3 CF distro. I'm not sure what this is. This must be CloudFront. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Let's see. How are you using this? How can I search for a symbol everywhere? Okay, so how does that get used? We need to fork it. What are we calling this? Tubely? Tubely. Tubely. This is a, what is it? It's a file, a SaaS product that helps YouTubers manage their video assets. Let's see. So this is a project built as part of boot.dev. It is a what? A SaaS product that helps users manage their YouTube videos. It is a SaaS product that helps YouTubers. Yeah, sounds good. All right, we're probably gonna have to make some changes to this, but should be fine. Whatever 207, nice. Oh, what forever? Whatever. I'm not sure how you want your username pronounced, but my browser's Edge. Okay, they're gonna want us to use WSL again, so we shall do what they've asked. Actually, you know what? Let's see how difficult this is to do without using WSL. I don't think it's actually going to be that difficult. So let's actually say, nope, we're not doing WSL. We're going to say, we're just going to try to do this on Windows. So let's do git clone tubely. Uh-oh, what was that? Sounded scary. It's just whatever with the A replaced by a 4. Okay, easy enough. I can remember that. Shit, my espresso's all gone. Okay, so I don't think I have the boot dev CLI here. Yeah, so I'll have to install it. Where are you? I'm actually going to move the boot dev page over here to the side. I just want to point out, I am going against their recommendation. This is the first time we've done this in our boot.dev journey, but we're going to ignore this warning and we're just going to say, fuck it. Let's have a bad time. Sure does take a long time to install things. Okay, and then once this gets actually installed, we're gonna do some shit. Holy Jesus, this is taking a long time. There we go. Very good. And let's go ahead and do CP. We'll copy env to .env. Okay, it wants us to have GCC installed, which I believe I do. Yep. Hopefully that's a compatible version that will work. And then ensure the environment cgo enabled is set to 1. Okay. So We should be able to submit this. You must be logged in. Oh. Hey, at least it's not like compiling all LLVM/Clang on a dual core i3. That sounds slow. Hold on, I gotta paste this into my terminal. Now we'll do submit. Lessons not supported for your operating system. Try again with one of the following. Fuck that, dude. I don't want to do it on the... Okay, whatever. Let's see. Go uninstall. How do you uninstall a binary that you installed to Go? So just go uninstall. Go help. Go something or other. I timed it. Actually took 3 hours and 45 minutes. I've never had to do either of those tasks, but yeah, I doubt that's fun to do on a not super powerful CPU. Okay, how do I uninstall? Go uninstall tool. Hey, what's up, Mark? Good morning. Weekend, I guess. It is currently 11:59 a.m. where I am at. But yes, it is the weekend. So no work today. Okay, so we'll just do this. CD. We want to remove the boot dev exe. And then we also want to remove Tubely. It's really frustrating that they block you from submitting the lesson on Windows, but whatever. It's fine. I'm a little angry about it, but I'll get over it. Who is this person at my front door? That is the Gentoo experience for you? What is Gentoo? Door-to-door salespeople. It's actually kind of a good thing when you rent and you get door-to-door salespeople, because you can just be like, I don't know, bro, we don't own the house. and they always lose interest immediately. Still working on the C# free code camp, man. It's getting boring fast. Trust the process. Yeah, stick with it, and then as soon as you feel comfortable, try to build something with it, you know? Yeah. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. The foundational learning stuff like that does get boring quickly. Especially if you already kind of know generally how to code, right? Because I think once you learn one programming language, you can generally sort of, you know, even if you're blind, you can sort of kind of find your way to how a language does the thing that you already know how to do in another language. But I finished it, so take that, I guess, for what it's worth. What are you talking about? Contents do not match the public. Oh, interesting. Okay. CD. Where are we trying to do this one? IDED 255.19. Okay. I can fix this because I do have the right contents for that key. Let's take this off screen for a second. Now let's do what do you mean do not match public? Huh. So why would why? I don't know why that would be the case. Should be the same. What project can I use it for? Though that never crossed my mind. I don't know. I would try to build a maybe try to build an API with it. You know, some sort of service. You could try to build a CLI tool. It's pretty handy for building little single file executable CLI tools. Yeah, anything. I mostly build things that kind of solve my own problems, kind of scratch my own itch, but you can use C# to really build just about anything. Okay, I need to figure out why. That is the right content, I think. Okay, and then what is the public key equivalent? That should also be the same. I mean, I could always just generate a new key, but I don't really want to have to do that. I think what I'll do is I'll just, let's go to the Windows host. I'm trying to sort out my SSH key. If you're wondering what the heck I'm doing, I'm trying to sort out my SSH keys. Okay, so let's do, open this up. Hey, what's up, Fallen Man? Nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. Appreciate you. Okay. Like, I think that's literally the same content. Yeah, I think that's literally the same content. Okay, I don't know why. GH repo clone Tubely. There we go. Now it works. I'm not sure why that. Not sure what the issue was there, but we fixed it. Okay, so we have Tubely cloned locally. Let's go in here. Tubely. Let's go ahead and split our pane right. That was a real pain in the ass to get set up. Split pane down. Hi, you little trad. Hey, what's up, Fanberg? You little trad coder, you. you Luddite, you. Okay, so let's see. Brew. I think I already have GCC. Yep, have GCC. I have Go, CGO enabled. Yep. So now it wants me to do Go run like that. Hi, Steven. Having a good day. I've just spotted yet another coolest project I ever want to try out for myself. But the dreaming functionality I was talking about is testing some hypothesis. I'm not 100% certain what the second sentence is about, but I'm glad you are excited about a project, and even better that you're having a good day. I'm trying to see if there's a useful parallel between human neurogenesis and agentic prose based on neurogenesis that cleans and simplifies the architecture. Huh. Those are a lot of $4 words. DB URL must be set. Oh. We did not do this part. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Those words do not seem to appear in my vector embedding. I really do have to let it rest in a literal sense to get the results I'm looking for. Huh. Well, very interesting. I hope you're having fun. I hope you're enjoying yourself. That's all I have to offer. Does it want me to log in? You'll be the web page should load, but don't try to interact with it yet. Okay, so don't do anything with it. So let's go ahead and submit. Oh, I don't have it running. Whoops. Tubely. There we go. Good thing I have armor. Otherwise, I'd be in trouble. More simply, I want my computer to improve itself while I'm not looking at it. Well, I think that's kind of a dream that a lot of people have. Yeah, I think that's a desire a lot of people have, but nobody's quite figured it out yet. Hey, Drecker. It has been a while. It's been a while since I've seen you around my stream. Nice to see you. Okay, so what they want me to run this, they want me to run this shell script. So it looks like this thing's just gonna download a bunch of files, it looks like. Okay, let's go ahead and run that. So we'll do Tubely. Been busy with work in college part-time. Nice, dude. Well, that's good. I'm glad you've been busy. Yeah, no issue here with you being absent from my streams, man. I think it's wonderful that you've got a life. Okay, so we should have some files now, I'm guessing. Samples? Yeah. Let's go ahead and submit this. Wonderful. Do C# has a framework that I can learn? I'm guessing you're talking about like for web development. When you say framework, you can do ASP.NET, and MVC is kind of their classic, like, you know, build a static, or sorry, not static, a server rendered website. So you can do that. You can check out that ASP.NET. They do have kind of a more modern component-based web framework called Blazor. It's a little bit more complex, but it's pretty interesting. It's pretty fun to work with. And that has support for components and doing client-side rendering, static rendering, server-side rendering. You can kind of mix and match the different types of rendering you want for your website. What else from a framework perspective? That's the only thing that really comes to mind. I saw Falling Man mention Entity Framework Core. That's kind of the Entity Framework is kind of the gold standard for doing ORM stuff in C#. That's what a lot of people use. It's made by Microsoft and maintained by Microsoft. I'm trying to think of anything else that comes to mind. That's really about it. Those are the only things that really come to mind. MCP, you say? I already know it since I learned PHP Laravel as my first language. Yeah, so then ASP.NET would feel very much at home. Yeah. Yeah, if you check out anything that goes over ASP.NET, then you'll feel very familiar. You've got controllers, you've got view models, you've got models, you've got views, you know. It's very straightforward. But I think a lot of people that are building front ends now with C#, I think there's a lot of people who are using Blazor. Blazor just allows you to kind of build websites that are more like what you would build if you're using something like React or Vue, and has a lot of the ergonomics of those types of tools. So you could check that out if it sounds interesting. Tracker, your streaming motivate me to dig deeper into software. Really appreciate it, brother. Sure, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'm very much a motivating individual, but if you do get motivation from it, I'm glad. Redoing my entities was more fun than doing real work, so I just redid my entities a lot sometimes. You know, you gotta do what makes you happy. You know, you gotta do what makes you happy. Okay, so they want me to go ahead and create an account on this template site that we have. So let's go ahead and say, I guess we'll just do like Steven@test.com, super secret password. Looks like it worked. Take a peek at the database real quick. SQLite 3. And I think it's just called TubelyDB. We'll select star from users. And there we go. Easy enough. How do you exit? Dot help. Is it dot quit maybe? Dot quit? No, dot exit. What the hell? How to exit SQLite. Oh, is there no semicolon? The presence of a semicolon was the problem there, not the lack of a semicolon. That's pretty rare. /Q. Oh, does that work too? /Q. That doesn't seem to work. Maybe that's Postgres. Yeah, I think SQLite is dot exit. Yeah, I think that might be Postgres. In the C# space, I also gave Blazor some attention, but I have a feeling it's fallen out of relevance. I don't think it's fallen out of relevance. I think they finally gotten to a place with Blazor where it makes a hell of a lot more sense, because you used to have this really confusing model with Blazor where you had Blazor WASM, and then you had Blazor Server, and then you had some combination of the two, and now it's just Blazor. And then they have different rendering modes that you can opt into either globally or on a per page level or on a per component level. So it's much more of a unified experience like what you get from like Next.js or Nuxt. It feels very much easier to reason about than it did 2 or 3 releases ago. So I'm bullish on Blazor. I still think it's a useful tool. It's very C# specific, you know what I mean? It's never going to be, Blazor's never going to be as widely adopted as Vue or React or Svelte or, or any of those JavaScript frameworks. All right, we're making good progress. We haven't really done much though. Okay, so this looks like it's our first assignment. And just in time, we can take a break and make some coffee. It's gonna take me more than 5 minutes to make coffee, but so be it. Oh, we can't forget to put the coffee camera on. It would be cool if there was a coffee specialist in chat. You should definitely get an espresso machine though. I love my espresso machine. I went through like 2 or 3 really cheap espresso machines, and then I finally bought kind of a more expensive. It's not a professional machine. It's like a prosumer machine, but I'm very happy with it. Is Cloudflare having issues today? I don't think so. Cloudflare status. Yeah, no, they don't have any incidents. Huh. Weird. Blue Sky must be having issues because their website won't load. For me, at least. All right. So this is our first real assignment here. What are we going to do here? So it looks like we're going to do something with videos. 2 main entities in Tubely are videos and users. A user can have many videos, and a video belongs to a single user. Videos have 3 things to worry about: metadata, thumbnail, and the video. Create a new video with the following title and description. You should now see the video in the UI with options to upload a thumbnail and a video file. Don't upload the files yet. Okay. All right, let's do boots and emote story, a short film about the many faces of boots. I probably should have copy and pasted that just to make sure. Okay, I see the options here. So now what do you want me to do? You just want me to submit the... Yeah, they just want me to submit the thing. Oh shit, what? Why did that not work? Oh crap. Because I created my account with the wrong... I created my account with the wrong credentials that the test is trying to use. Okay, log out. We need to create credentials with admin at Tubely. This is why you're supposed to read the directions. Password. There we go. And then, yeah, create draft. Okay, let's resubmit. Oh, the water for my coffee's done. Okay, hold on. We gotta go pour the coffee, and then we'll resume. Heads up, I'm probably retiring this YouTube account. Quite old. I don't want disturbingly detailed records of everything I've ever watched, which is currently the case. Doing an overall professional rebrand. Do what you need to do, man. It's your life, man. Don't even worry about me. Do what you need to do. All right, now we passed that lesson, so that's good. All right, multi-part uploads. Let's work with some files already. So, let's actually put this in the same window as our running application. There we go. That way we don't have to switch between a bunch of windows. Just for the sake of continuity, when you see a new email pop up, act like me. Okay. Well, I appreciate you putting us all on notice. We'll keep an eye out for your professional rebrand. Okay. Let's see, the handler for uploading thumbnails is currently a no-op. Let's get it working. We're going to keep it simple, store all image data in memory. Notice that in main.go, there's a global map of video IDs to thumbnail structs called video thumbnails. This is where we're going to store the thumbnail data. Notice the handler thumbnail get function. It serves the thumbnail file back to the UI, but it assumes the image exists in the video thumbnails map. Okay. Complete the handler upload thumbnail. It handles multi-part form upload, parse the form data, set a const max memory to 10 megabytes. I just bit shifted the number 10 to the left 20 times to get an int that stores the proper number of bytes. Use parse multi-part with the max memory const as an argument. Get the image data from the form, read all the image data into a byte slice, read the video's metadata from the SQLite database, upload the video metadata so that it has a new thumbnail URL, then update the record in the database. The thumbnail URL should have this format. Okay, there's quite a lot there. there's a lot in that in this one little lesson. There's like, okay. So let's take a peek at what they got going on here. So we're in handler upload thumbnail. Okay, so they're already grabbing the user ID for us. They got the video ID as well. Okay. So this is where they want us to do all the work. I'm zealous about your RAM. You got 64 gigabyte RAM. I got 16, and I'm using 18 gigabyte swap too. Yeah, well, this is the first machine I've ever had in my life that has had more than 16 gigs. So it was kind of a splurge thing that I did late last year. But it's been well worth it. But yeah, I don't know how any company nowadays sells a computer with just 8 gigs of RAM in it. I guess if you only use it to scroll Facebook maybe, or watch YouTube videos, maybe that's enough, but yeah. I think 16 is like minimum, and if you can afford more than that, you should always try to get more. All right, I'm gonna copy this snippet of code they got here. Let's remove that. Let's see. Thumbnail should match HTML form input name. Okay, we'll have to go check what that is. And then we need to do all the reading. All right, parse the form data, set a const max memory to 10 megabytes. That's what we did. We passed max memory in, we did that. Check, check. Get the image data from the form. Use r.formFile to get the file data file headers. The key from the web browser is called thumbnail. So that's correct. Read all the image data into a byte slice using io.readall. Okay. So let's make our byte slice. We'll call it image data. And this is a byte slice. Now I'm actually going to just initialize this actually. Let's do this. And then we'll do io.readall. And it needs the reader. Now, how do we read it into the... Oh, that's what readall returns, is a byte slice. And does this also hand back an error? Yeah, it hands back an error. Okay, so we have image data and error. So if we fail to read it, let's do error does not equal nil. And let's do respond with error. Instead of bad request, we'll do internal server error. And we'll say unable to read file data. Okay. Now it says we want to get the video's metadata from the SQLite database. The API configs DB has a get video method you can use. So we want to do video metadata. And we are going to do what's the object? cfg.db get video. We pass in the video ID. Is that the correct variable? Yeah, video ID. If error, we're going to respond with an error, and we're going to respond with a bad request. And we're going to say, well, I guess actually if we do this, this actually should be not found. Status not found. Unable to find video. Maybe get that coffee. All right, coffee has been acquired finally. It took a little while, but we got that done. We can put the coffee camera away now. So good. So good, so good. If you're a hot drinker, you should get yourself one of these Ember mugs. I'm not sponsored. I would love to be sponsored one day, but get yourself one of these.
Did we just become best friends?
Hey, thanks for the follow, Sir Elfman. I like your username. That's pretty funny. Then the other thing we need to check if we do have the video metadata is they want us to respond with an unauthorized response if the video metadata .user ID does not equal our user ID. So we should respond with error. We'll just say you are, I'm gonna say not you shall not pass. That's more of like a forbidden response. You know can do this. All right, so we have the video metadata. Now what we need to do is we need to save the thumbnail to the global map, create a new thumbnail struct with the image data and the media type. Okay, so I guess the media type is the header. Is that what this is? That must be what the header returns, I'm guessing. Talking about forbidden response, just throwing free bird. Seems appropriate. Seems appropriate. All right, what does a thumbnail struct look like? That's the thing I don't know. There's also a global. Okay, so this must exist on the config. So let's see what this looks like. CFG dot assets root port bucket. Nope, that's not it. So where is the it handles a multi-form and stores it in the video thumbnails. Where's the video thumbnails at? Video thumb. So how does this exist? Oh, so this is just accessible anywhere because it's in the global namespace of the package? Huh. I guess that I missed that part when I was learning Go for the first time. So we can literally just say video thumbnails. Yes, we can literally just say video thumbnails. So this is a UUID and then the thumbnail struct, which has the data and the media type. So we will do the video metadata. I guess I'm going to do that. And then this is going to equal a thumbnail. And the data is going to equal to the image data. And then I think this is the header. I honestly don't know where they want that, where that comes from. I'm gonna ask Boots. So you do get it from the header. Yeah, I'm guessing it's this. One of those fields is itself a collection of HTTP headers, similar to what you'd see in a raw HTTP request. Which standard HTTP header normally carries the type of content being sent? So you're saying I should just be able to do content type, I guess is what you're saying? That's gonna kind of cause an issue though. I don't think we want to save this if... I think we should add a check for that up here. I think we should check to make sure that's present. Let's do content type equals header.get content type. And if content type equals an empty string, then we're going to say unable to retrieve files content type. Then here we can just say content type like that. That was good. We're making progress. Update the video metadata so that it has a new thumbnail URL. Then update the record in the database by using the update video function. Okay, so let's do thumbnail URL is going to be equal to format.sprintf, and the format for this is going to be HTTP localhost, our port number, which I guess for us is going to be 8091. Right? That's what we're running. Yeah, 8091. 8091 API/thumbnails. We shouldn't, I'm just going to say this right now, but like we shouldn't be storing the entire URL in the database. If the only dynamic part of this URL is the video ID, that seems like a bad design. Video metadata. You know what? I actually don't know. I'm assuming that the video ID is the same thing as the video metadata ID, but I guess those actually could be different things. Okay, now that we have the thumbnail URL, we need to update the video metadata dot thumbnail URL to be that. And that's going to complain because we haven't updated it. And then we're going to do cf.db.update video. Okay. Does this hand back anything? This returns an error. If error does not equal nil, we've got a problem that the client can't do anything about. So we'll say http.internal server error, unable to upload or unable to update video with thumbnail. Like that. Respond with the updated JSON of the video's metadata. Use the provided respond with JSON function and pass it the updated database.video struct to Marshall. All right, I think we did what they wanted us to do. Let's go ahead and test it. So basically, just to summarize what we did, we're taking the image that was uploaded through a multi-part form on the front end. We're parsing out the file, its content type. We're eventually, I think, going to upload that to an S3 bucket. But for right now, all we're doing is we're creating a in-memory version of it on a global map. Or a dictionary, and now we're just storing that thumbnail URL into the database. So let's go ahead and test this ourselves. See what happens. Excuse me. I improved the controls of my world editor. Now it doesn't feel like a prototype anymore. Nice, added a little bit of polish. I like it. It still has some programmer's art going on, but that's not my code. That's the problem. That's my vision. Well, I think that's awesome that you improved it, man. Way to go. All right, let's open up. Oh, we probably should restart the server, actually. Oh, no. Okay, update thumbnail, yes. Let's just give it needs to be under 10 megs, right? So let's just give it, I use this quite a bit. It's kind of a big file. Let's just do my profile image. Okay, it looks like it uploaded correctly, but it's not displaying. Failed to load resource. Oh, I fucked up. I fucked up. Let's see. We should be doing not HTTPS. It should be HTTP. So let's go to our database and let's clean that up real quick. Select star from I bet it's called video metadata. Oh, maybe videos. Yeah. Let's see. So let's update videos where the ID equals what's our video ID? This guy. Let me copy you. We need to set what are we setting? We're setting the thumbnail URL to, we'll just set it back to an empty string. What? Select star from videos. This is kind of hard doing it in a tiny little window. Set tables. And then yeah, I ran out of time. Now I gotta take a break. Hey D, how are you? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I'm well, and yourself? I'm doing good, yeah. Doing good. Just enjoying a Sunday with not really much going on, you know? Yeah, thumbnail URL. Just woke up from a nap. Nice. Nice. Yeah. You're having a good day, man. I like it. All right. Let's try this again. There we go. Select star from videos. Cool. Now if we go back to our running application, we should find this no longer has a thumbnail on it. Cool. Let's go ahead and, I know I'm supposed to be on break, but bear with me. Open, upload. Oh crap, I needed to restart the server. Oh my gosh, dude. Restart this guy. Yeah. That's silly. Silly and funny. Are we still on webhooks? No, we finished. We actually finished. I finished that course last night, so we're done with. What were we building? Chirpy. We're done building Chirpy. Now we're building Tubely. Is what we're building now. Hey, what's up, Artwork Studios? Yeah, man, I appreciate it. We're doing well. Thanks for stopping by, dude. It's very kind of you. There we go. Cool. So now it's working. Now, granted, that image is just in memory, but it's working. All right, before we start the next 25-minute session, I need to use the bathroom real quick. All right, I'll be right back. If you're headed out, thank you for hanging out. If you're gonna stick around, I'll see you when I get back. It'll be like one minute. Is doing whatever's necessary to get the dollars in the door, regardless of how easy or not easy it is to change something. Get the dollars. Put the money in the bag. You know? Fuck you. Pay me. Okay, let's go ahead and submit. Should be working now. Cool. All right, as you know, we use a SQLite database to power the majority of the web app. SQLite is a traditional relational database. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Our current solution for video thumbnails is a terrible solution. If a server is restarted, all the thumbnails are lost, but we can't store an image in a SQLite column, right? Hold my beer. To do so, we actually encode the image as a base64 string and shove the whole thing into a text column in SQLite. Yep, that could work. Update the code to store the image data in the thumbnail URL column in the database. Okay, create a data URL with the media type and base64 encoded image data. The format is this. Store the URL in the thumbnail URL column in the database. Delete any old videos from the app, so you're checking the thumbnail on the video you upload in this lesson. Restart the server, re-upload the Boots image horizontal.png thumbnail image to ensure it's working. I think that's possible. Oh yeah, we forgot to start the timer. Good reminder. Keeps us honest. I think it's hilarious that some of you guys bounce back and forth between YouTube and Twitch. I appreciate you doing that though. All right. So we're gonna bastardize SQLite. All right. So does this mean we shouldn't do this anymore? I feel like this means that, well, I guess it means we should do that because that's how it's retrieving it. So this is just going to be base 64 encoded image data equals base 64 dot standard encoding, encode to string, and what do you take? You take in the bytes. Then it wants me to create different URL. So we'll say base 64 encoded image data. And now the format is going to be a data URL. So it's going to be data and the media type. Oh, so we're going to need that content type. That. Okay. I think we still have to do this. I don't actually know if we need to do this still, but I'm going to leave it for now because they told me not. They didn't tell me to remove it. And then we're going to go into our database and we are just going to delete videos. Why is that? Hey, what's up, Winterwind? Good to see you. Programming is all about how much you are willing to bastardize someone else's software for your own goals. That's hilarious. Oh, I'm missing the from, delete from videos. Okay, let's go ahead and restart this. All right, so we'll need to create a new video. I hope it's not looking for any specific video. So let's just do test, test. And they want us to upload a specific file. So we've got to go over here Tubely. Samples? Yeah, samples. And they want the horizontal one. There it is. Now let's go ahead and run the submission. We passed. And I earned my daily chest. Let's go.
We need to lift. And as a PT, what would you recommend for me, who has no gym nearby and only 6 kilos dumbbells and a treadmill?
6 kilogram. What is that? Is that 12-pound dumbbells? Yeah, you're going to have to get real creative, man. I mean, your only real options there are calisthenics and really high rep, really high volume. Yeah, you're going to be limited to some calisthenic exercises, high volume. Obviously, you can use the treadmill. Yeah. You're just going to have to get used to doing a lot of the same things over and over again and just constantly increasing the volume. You could probably get, creative with doing putting together some circuits. But yeah. I mean, it's plenty. I mean, treadmill and calisthenics and some dumbbells, it's plenty to stay in shape. You know what I mean? You're just going to if you're going to avoid it being really boring, you're going to have to be creative with it. Maybe over time you can slowly add to your home gym equipment, like save up some money, maybe get a barbell, maybe get some free weights. I wouldn't invest in any more dumbbells unless you get like adjustable dumbbells or dumbbells that can be plate loaded. Dumbbells themselves are really they're a bad value proposition for a home gym because they cost a shit ton to get a single pair. And what's most important with strength training is progressive overload, which is kind of hard to do with dumbbells. If you just have a single pair or a couple pairs that are say you have 20s, 40s, 60s or something like that, that's still expensive to buy 3 sets of dumbbells. Yeah, I would look into barbell and some free weights, and if you can also get some of the short, they make dumbbell barbells that are plate loaded. So that would be a good addition, good place to start. Kettlebells are great too. Maybe like a 45-pound kettlebell. I mean, with home gym equipment, it's all you're trying to find this sweet spot between like the cost, the versatility, usefulness of it, right? Assuming you are budget constrained. Like, I mean, I'm budget constrained. If I had unlimited money to spend on a home gym, I'd have a lot different equipment in there. But am I crazy, or did I just see $900 dumbbells online? No, you're not crazy, man. Dumbbells are very expensive, and the heavier you go, the more expensive they get. I've got two 100-pound dumbbells, so I've got like dumbbells from 10 all the way to 100 pounds, but I accumulated those as part of owning a gym, obviously. But like, I can tell you, just purchasing the 100-pound dumbbells was very expensive. They're not a very good it's not a very good value proposition. You should either invest in the like Bowflex type of adjustable dumbbells or get yourself plate loaded dumbbells. If you're wanting to use dumbbells as part of your home gym setup. They also take up a shit ton of room too. That's the other thing. Okay, let's update our handler to store the files on the file system. We'll save uploaded files to the assets directory on disk. Instead of encoding to a base 64, update the handler to save the bytes to a file at the path. Use the content type header to determine the file extension. Use the video ID to create a unique file path. Use os.create to create the new file. Copy the contents from the multipart.file to the new file on disk. Excuse me, update the thumbnail URL. Notice that main.go, we have a file server that serves files from the assets directory. The URL for the thumbnail should now be this. Restart the server. Re-upload the Boots thumbnail image to ensure it's working. You should see it in the URL as well as a copy in the assets directory. Okay. Yeah, home gym stuff is fun. It's actually funny. I've been paying attention to the Tailwind CSS guy on X. He's gotten real into home gym stuff. Like he even started a YouTube channel for it. What's his name? Adam Wathan. Forget what his name is. Wathan. Which I think is awesome, you know. Watching, because I think he was actually, he lost a bunch of weight at one point, like in 2020, 2019 or something. See if I can find he made a post about it. Yeah, here we go. So he actually started a YouTube video where he's got a really sick home gym. I mean, look at his home gym. His home gym is badass. It's got a bunch of kick-ass Rogue equipment. There's probably $10,000 in this picture alone. There's probably 10 grand of home gym equipment. You know, I guess CSS pays, man. CSS pays. Adam Wathan. Well, that's not the right channel. What's the at? Oh, here it is.
This is the Monroe by
I just love this. I love nerds getting into fitness. It's called Home Gym Nerd. That's the name of the channel. Home Gym Nerd. It's great. Sir Elfman, you're a C# dev. I do enjoy C#. That's my favorite language. But we are currently on our way to become level 100 on boot.dev. So we've been writing a lot of Go on stream. So yeah, D, if you're into home gym equipment, you might check out his channel. He's only got one video, but maybe he'll make more of them. All you need is a pull-up bar. I mean, yes, all you need is yourself. You don't even need any equipment. You can just do calisthenics and get very far. But man, is it fun to have a kick-ass home gym. You know what I mean? That's like saying all you need is HTML. I mean, that's all you need is HTML. You just need HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That's all you need. But man, it sure is nice to author code in React. Or Vue, you know? For $1,600, it better squat for me. Home gym equipment's expensive, man. It's very, very expensive. I think that's one of the reasons why coding and programming is such a great hobby, is because it's so deep and it's so wide and it can occupy so much of your time, and it's basically free. So it's actually programming and coding is a really great hobby. Video games are, I think, a pretty good value hobby. I mean, the initial upfront and cost is kind of expensive, but each individual game is a very good value. You know, if you pay $60 for a AAA title and get 100 hours of playtime out of it, you know? I mean, that's a pretty good value compared to the fact that, you know, if you go to the movies or something and you spend, or you go out drinking with your buddies, you spend $50 or $60 for just a few hours of entertainment. Yeah, it's free to learn too. Exactly. Yeah, it's a good hobby. All right, let's try to do what they're telling us to do. Just get a pull-up bar? Nah, man, I understand what you're saying, but I tell you what, having a really good home gym setup is way more fun and way more interesting. Keeps it way more fresh than just only being able to do pull-ups. After 1,600 pull-ups, then you can spend $1,600. Nah, I don't know about that. I mean, yeah, for sure. You should definitely make sure you're going to be consistent with working out before you invest a whole bunch of money in a home gym setup. But if you're a fitness nerd like me and you've been lifting weights since you were 12 years old every single day for the last 21 years of your life, you know, just having a pull-up bar is going to get very boring and you're not going to be able to do all the things you'd like to do. You need prison mentality. Good exercise must be done on the cheap. Yeah, I disagree, but I mean, I'm not arguing that you can't go far with limited equipment, but I'd much rather have access to more than just a pull-up bar. Go for it, D. Yeah, man. Kill it. Go for it. Sounds good to me. The best workout's the one you'll do, so start there. Pull-up bar and maybe even a rowing machine. Yeah, but you know how much rowing machines cost? What are you talking about? You're sitting over here and saying you can't spend $1,600, and then you say, give me a pull-up bar and a rowing machine. Like, how much is this rowing machine gonna cost you? A $200 Amazon one? I don't know about that. It's good stuff too, huh? I'm skeptical of a $200 rowing machine being good quality, but I don't own any rowing machines, so. Tell him just to go dig holes. I mean, you can get in good shape doing lots of things. It's all Chinese, made in the same factory. It's all white label. I mean, that's not true. Most of the equipment in my home gym is Rogue, and that's made in Ohio, not in Chinese factories. The Chinese are fantastic. All right, I've read these instructions like 10 times. I'm going to try to actually do this now. Okay, so he's not going to base 64 in code anymore. And we're going to turn this into this guy. Now, how do we get the file extensions? Kind of interesting. I'm not sure exactly how we go about doing that. The video ID is pretty easy. So this is going to be video ID dot string, and then this is going to be file extension. Now, the question is, I know I have the content type, content type to file extension in Go. Meme.extensions by type. Is that a library or is that built in? Meme dot extension by type. Okay, so they obviously have a built-in table that you can add. I'm gonna ignore the error for now. So it returns an array of string. That's interesting. Okay, I guess we'll just take the first one. We'll just take the first one. So this is gonna be 0. We should probably actually rename this to extensions and then do file extension. Well, actually, hold on. Actually, let's do this. File extensions at position 0. And then let's do file name, which is what we're really constructing here. And we will do %s dot %s. And this will be video ID dot string and our file extension that we've chosen. And then that way, this can just become a little simpler. And we can do file name. And then we can also reuse this to do our persisting to disk. So persisting to disk is going to be file path is going to be equal to file path dot join cfg dot asset root with the file name. Now we need to create it, so we'll do os dot create. And what does this hand back here? This hands back a file pointer and an error. I'm gonna ignore the error for now, just to keep things simple. No new variables on the left side. Oh. Thumbnail file. And then we need to do os.copy. No, io.copy. io.copy. And this is going to be our thumbnail file. And the actual file itself, or the image date. I honestly don't know because we're reading it up here. I don't know if we can do both of these things. And we are going to ignore both of the return values there. All right, let's try to rerun this and we'll test it now. 50. Is this intentional design from boot.dev? Because I thought the better way to do it was to save the video in a bucket, get the URI and the DB. Yeah, I think they're kind of slow rolling us, right? They're like, okay, store the image data in memory. Now store the image data in SQLite. Now store the image data to disk. They're kind of like, I think, walking us through like each of the different kinds of approaches and the trade-offs, and just giving us opportunity to explore what it looks like to use each of those persistence patterns. Because we are basically just re-implementing the same thing, but with a different backing store. Okay, let's try to. Okay, that worked, I think. Let's look at our assets. Yeah, that worked. Although we have an extra dot in there. Well, that's not good. Where's that extra dot coming from? Oh, the file extension has the dot on it. I don't need to add it there. Okay, so let's remove this. Also, I realize I'm not ordering my timer as well. Okay, I think that worked. Did it work? Yeah. However, it's not loading on the front end, so something's off. Network. Huh. That URL looks right. HTTP localhost 8091 assets, and then the actual file. So I wonder why the file server is not. It looks like it should be serving it. I don't know why it's not. Did you restart the DB? I think so. Pretty sure I restarted the server. Huh. Let's copy that URL and just hit it directly and see what happens. Yeah, it's not returning anything. I'm wondering if I'm wondering if the size of that file is 0 because we are reading it up above, you know? Like, let's see. I'm guessing that's probably what's happening. ls-l assets. Yeah, there's 0. Yeah, okay, so let's not do what we're doing up above. Main.go. this thing right here where we read it. Let's do this. Comment that out. Comment this out. And then let's re-upload it. So let's restart this. And let's go back here. Upload. Oh, sorry. Upload. Okay, it's not writing. I don't think that fixed it, did it? Open, upload. Okay. It does seem like now there's data there, which is good. We've got data, but why is it still not? Why is it still not loading? Oops. I just want to see what the heck it's... I don't even see it making a request for it though. Which is weird. Oh, that's because I'm filtering it out. Interesting. So it does respond with a 200 okay. Oh, now it's working. I wonder if it was cached or something. Now it's working. There we go. So yeah, so the issue was we were just not saving it with any data. That's good. All right, let's try to submit this. And we pass. And now I'm wondering what they're going to have us do. Because basically all we've done for the last 4 lessons has been save the same file in like 6 different ways. Okay, with Tubely, we have it easy. Users won't be able to make small tweaks to existing images and videos, like changing the background color or adding a text overlay. We'll force them simply to upload new versions of the file. Even YouTube has this restriction, even with their resources. If a user were able to live edit a file, we'd have to approach our storage problem differently. Luckily, those requirements are also less common in the real world. The Tubely use case, storing and serving entire assets, is much more common and much easier to implement. What makes live editing more complex than static file uploads? What happened after uploading the new image? Nothing. I see the old thumbnail. I see the new thumbnail. Okay, run the server, open the app. Your video should already have the upload. You should be able to see it on the web page. On the same video, upload the Boots image vertical image. Refresh the browser. What happened? Oh. Okay, now we switch it to vertical. Open, upload, refresh. It's still horizontal, but I think that's because he's wrapped that in a cache. Right here, cache middleware. So it's cached for, what is that? Is that a minute? 3,600 seconds? Or 3,600 milliseconds? Maybe that's seconds. Cache control max age unit. CD, thanks for hanging out, man. Have a good day. Yeah, it's number of seconds. So that's 1 minute, I think. Hey, Yashkin Code, how are you? All right, it's still showing up as oh, that's 60 minutes. So he's cached that for a whole hour. Yikes. Yikes, bro. I'm curious, how are you getting the Twitch chat in the terminal? So this is a terminal application that I built. It's called Term Chat, and it lets you connect your YouTube and your Twitch account using OAuth. And then you can connect to live streams on Twitch or YouTube. It automatically checks to see if your connected accounts have any streams that are active, because I built it like for my use cases of like when I live stream. But if you want to add anybody's live stream, you can. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's it uses Twitch's Twitch has two APIs. They have an IRC API, and then they have a I forget what the other API is called, but they have two different ways you can get chat from streams. And Twitch's API is way easier to work with than the YouTube API. The YouTube API has weird quota limits. And to make the most of your quota limits, you have to use their gRPC endpoints, which is a little bit more complicated to interact with in code. You can just like do standard HTTP requests and just pull, but that uses more of your quota. It's less efficient. Is it? Oh no, I have not released Term Chat. Nope, that's just something I've built and I've just been using and testing it myself. It's my own little baby project that I haven't wanted to share with the world. If you're interested in a publicly available one, there is a Twitch client. What is it? Twitch Tui, I think is the name of it. This is a very common one I see people use quite a bit. Yeah, I'll make it public. I'll make it publicly available. There's just a bunch of bugs in it that I need to address before I allow other people to use it. But this is a common one I see a lot of people use if you're interested in having one like that. Twitch Tui. Of course, yeah, of course. Yeah, happy to help. Okay, open app.js, take a look at the view video function, find this line, thumbnail image.source. This is where we will tell the browser, okay, update the code above, or update the above line of code to instead append a query string. Restart the application and try switching back and forth between two thumbnails. You should see the new thumbnail immediately after. Video. What was the name of that function? View video. View video. Right here, video.thumbnail. Okay, so we'll do this. Wrap this in some quotes. And then we'll do v equals $, date.now. Let's restart this guy. Don't cheat, please. Thanks. That's funny. Okay, now let's choose a new file. We'll do horizontal, open, upload. Yep. It's working. We're making progress. Okay, let's do the things the right way and control caching with headers from the server. Edit app.js, revert it back to the old way it was. Man, these lessons are kind of annoying the hell out of me because it's a lot of like do something for the sake of just doing it. It feels very much like you're wasting your time. Okay, in cache.go, rename the cache middleware function to no cache middleware. Update the no cache middleware function. It should set the cache control header to no store. No cache middleware. Set cache control to no store. Okay. Restart the application, hard refresh so the browser receives the new cache policy. Upload a number thumbnail, then refresh normally to see client-side cache question. Okay. All right, that's not working. Oh, I forgot the name of this. I forgot the login information. What was the log? Admin Tubely password. Admin at tubely.com password. There we go. Yeah, it's not working. So what have I done wrong? Let's look at the headers on the request. So cache control is being set to no store, but it's not. Yeah, it's not actually doing anything, but my test should still pass. Oh crap, I just closed my... There are only two hard things in computer science: cache, cache invalidation, naming things off by 1 errors. It's so funny because the first time I heard this quote, the joke like went right over my head. All right, in Tubely, we just don't care about old versions of thumbnails like ever. So let's just give each new thumbnail version a completely new URL and path on the file system. That way we can avoid all potential caching issues. It's not that caching is bad generally, but we know we don't need it for this part of this app. I mean, here's the thing. I know I've never built anything that has, you know, even thousands of users, but aggressive caching is always, I think, not the behavior you want, you know? Like I remember when Next.js, what was it, Next 13 or Next 14, there was, I can't remember exactly which version it was, where they introduced a bunch of the new caching functionality and everything was aggressively cached. And it wasn't super clear or super straightforward how you were supposed to avoid particularly the client side caching. And I think they've improved that. I think they've made that a little better in the latest releases of Next.js, but it was painful there for a little bit. All right, so instead of using the video ID to create the file path, use crypto ran.read to fill a 32-byte slice with random bytes. Use raw URL encoding then to convert it into a random base64 string. Use this string as the file name. Set the extension based on the media type. All right, should be pretty straightforward. Where's our file name? So instead of doing this, we'll say, I'm going to call this thumbnail file ID, which equals ran bytes equals make, and then random dot then it was base64 dot raw URL encoding. Oh, is this not a method? Oh, And then this will be a thumbnail file ID. Okay, now, hopefully, yeah. The only problem with this is it's going to see every... Oh, why didn't that save correctly? Huh. I don't know why that didn't save correctly. It's going to basically treat every file, even though the file's not different, you know, like it's not a different file. It's basically going to create a brand new file for every single thing we upload. There's kind of a trade-off there. Why didn't it, though? It's like it can't find... Oh. Look. That shouldn't be in there. So why is it doing that? I think this should be that, right? Okay, let's try again. Delete this guy. Delete this guy. Gotta restart the server, of course. Go really should have a built-in watch command. I think it's crazy that they don't. I think it's absolutely crazy. Just add it, guys. Just add the watch command. It's gonna be fine. There we go. Then let's do horizontal. And now it's always changing because it's a different file every time. So if we upload the vertical again, right? Now we should have basically like 4 files, 5 files, but they're all the same 2 files. All right, I promised you AWS S3, and you're going to get it. But first, let's understand why S3 being serverless is kind of a big deal. In a simple web application architecture, your server is likely a single machine running in the cloud. That single machine probably runs a server, a database, and a file system. What's wrong with this? If your app gets popular, you'll need to scale your single machine. Availability, durability, cost, maintenance. I see. What is the major upside of running everything on a single machine? It's easy to manage. AWS is one of, at least in my mind, big 3 cloud providers. Yes. AWS is the oldest, largest, most popular of the 3, generally speaking. Let's get you up and running with AWS. Oh, I really don't want to do this. I'm wondering if I can fake this. I really don't want to fuck around with AWS resources. Yeah, I really Yeah, Sir Elfman. I really don't want to fuck. Okay, so is there a way that I can maybe, cuz the only reason we're going to use AWS is so that we can use an S3 bucket. So I'm wondering if there's a way I can fake this particular lesson. And I can just use, I'm just going to use MinIO locally. I bet I can make this. I bet I can fake this out. I think I still owe them like 1,600. Canceled that credit card. Nice, dude. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the pay-as-you-go services at all. I'm not gonna do this, but I need to somehow submit this and have these commands result in the proper output. So we're gonna have to hack together a little yeah, we're gonna have to hack on something a little bit. Let's go here. Make dir fake AWS. Main.go. Okay, and then we'll do go. Vercel's also like, yeah, any of the cloud providers. I don't really use any cloud services. If it's a pay-as-you-go service, I'm not going to use it, and I'm not going to depend on it. At least for like projects I build, because I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not building anything that's got a ton of usage and has a bunch of users and is making me a ton of money. I get it. If you're building a company and you're actually generating revenue, then maybe these pay-as-you-go services make sense for you. But for me, it just doesn't make sense to risk a giant ass bill that will disrupt me and my family's financial lives. One dev accidentally cost the company like $1 million. That's incredible. Yeah, that's incredible. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Yeah. Okay. And then what we're gonna do is we are gonna say format print f %v, and I think it's os.args. Is that it? Or is it process? I forget how to get the args. No, it is. It's OS args. Okay. So then it's going to be AWS hello world blah blah blah. Yeah. That's what we want. So now what we'll do is let's actually try to submit this, but we'll do boot dev run. And so we can see it took the AWS command that boot dev is running and it treated it like my fake. And actually we can show this. I can show this in the bigger terminal. So we can do boot dev run. And so you can see they tried to call AWS get caller identity and then this. And it's obviously running my fake version. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna we're gonna output what it expects so we can move past this lesson and use our own S3 compatible version. So we need to go back to fake AWS. Hopefully no one from boot.dev ever sees this. By the way, your GitHub is cool. Follower achieved. Well, thank you very much for following me. I am employed. You are welcome to creep on my LinkedIn. If you actually do !LinkedIn, I'm a pretty open book about what I do for work and where I work and all that stuff. Obviously, anything I do on this channel is separate from my work. My thoughts and opinions are not reflective of my employers. All applicable disclaimers go here, but yeah, I do work for a living. I'm sure work really cares about that. Who knows what they care about? I think they care that I just show up and do my job. Yeah, I very much appreciate the people out in the company I work for. They're very kind, very gracious. They've been good to me and my family. Okay, so we're gonna say, okay, if first arg equals os.args, not 0, but 1. And if first arg equals sts, then we are going to print user ID. That's what they're expecting. If first arg equals IAM, format print line administrator access. And then we'll do go build, install it. Yes, I do a lot of writing tests. Yep. Yep, exactly that. And on the reliability side, I don't do as much with that. That's more of just a title thing than it is really reflective. I know it means different things for different companies. I think a lot of times people that work in reliability do stuff with like infrastructure monitoring and log reviews and error identification and all kinds of stuff like that, root cause analysis and things like that. But for my particular day job, I would say it's way more on the quality side than the reliability side. You know how titles are. Titles are very fungible from one company to another. Okay, let's try to run this now and see what happens. We don't want it to print the AWS fake thing anymore. Let's go back up. Okay. We gamed that lesson. All right. So they want us to actually create a bucket. So what we're going to do is we are going to use something called min.io. We recommend to activate the WSL integration in Docker desktop settings for detail. Do I not have that activated? Thought I had that already enabled. Settings, resources. Cool. Okay, there we go. And then let's go to management side of this. I think it's localhost 9001. Yeah, there we go. And I forget what I set I think it's admin super secret password. Yeah. All right, so we need to create a bucket. And what do they want? Go to your bucket. Okay, so create bucket. We want it to be named Tubely dash. I guess we'll just do 001. Create bucket. We need to change the access of this bucket.
Did we just become best friends?
Hey, what's up, Agnibaho? Thank you very much for the sub on YouTube. Appreciate that. Okay, how do I connect to this with the AWS? So AWS connect to min.io. Hey, what's up, Mason? File server in C soon? Yeah, probably not, man. I think my C career is over. Okay, it looks like I still have to. Yeah, it looks like I still have to. Oh my god, that's so I'm getting flash banged everywhere. Okay. So I've got some instructions here. We need to make sure we set up AWS. I don't think I have this in, we got to remove the one from the bin folder. CD bin remove AWS. Okay, so AWS is not here, so we got to install that, and I ignored that at the very beginning of this when they were telling me how to set everything up. Okay, install AWS CLI version 2. Okay. We are on Linux. Install script is recommended, so I'll copy that. And I'll paste it here. At my job, the file server is C++. Very cool, very cool. And then we have to AWS configure. Now, we're gonna set this to our root user, which I can't remember what I set that to. admin super secret password. So this will be admin super secret password. And we can just set this to US East 1. Doesn't really matter. Then we need to enable configure set default.s3.signature version. Okay. Now we're going to do a little bit of configuring. So let's open up this guy, NeoVim. And we're going to set this to endpoint URL equals localhost 9000. Okay. So now when boot.dev runs their check, hopefully they find our bucket. So let's do AWS S3 list. An error occurred, invalid access key. When calling list bucket operations, the AWS access key provided does not exist in our records. Yeah, no shit, because I'm not... I set this to admin. Super secret password. Yeah, US East 1. Hey, what's up, Melty? Good to see you. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool demo that you showed off in the Discord server. All right, that's not working. Min IO AWS S3 configure. Oh, you're working on it more? That's awesome. Everyone I showed, it was like, why? Because I can't. Yeah, it's just fun, man. It's just something fun to do. Trying to see how you interact with this thing over using the AWS CLI. I'm wondering if that's not possible. You can definitely interact with it using a compatible SDK, but maybe let's see, min IO connect with AWS CLI. I'm trying to improve quality and reduce performance load. My agent thought it made a breakthrough saying, rather than decoding 2 million pixels, discarding all of them, Microsoft, huh. The agent sounds like it knows more about it than me. Okay, I think what I need to do is I need to set up stuff in MinIO. So MinIO. Yeah, man, I say go for it. I say go for it. Okay. Okay, I don't see. This only looks like this only has the bucket. So you have to do everything through the command line. Okay. That's fine. So we have to do Docker. What is it? Docker exe. Forget the commands. Docker exe -it. So container and the command. So we do Docker exe min -it min io, and then we're gonna do bin bash. Okay. Why won't it let me clear the terminal? Okay, so we're in here. We need to do mc admin access key create my Astor admin -- access so hold on. You stop it, timer. Trying to figure something out here. Super secret access key. Secret key is my user secret key. Or let's do super secret key. Naming things is hard, okay? Policy. Oh, I don't have a policy yet. Is that required? Unable to initialize admin connection. No valid configuration found for my Aster host alias. Whoops. Okay. We obviously need to figure out how to set up the command line. Okay, so we'll do MC alias. And mine is admin super secret password. There we go. Okay. Now we need to save this. So let's copy these guys before we make sure we don't lose them. Then we need to do AWS configure. Let's see. The file is accessible by other users. Considering run chmod AWS can restrict. Okay, fine, we can do that. Okay, I'm still getting that same issue. Invalid access key. No way, bro. Hey, what's up? You here? We are currently, what's popping is we are currently trying to figure out how we can use stand-in replacement for S3 locally. And it's not going very well. I'm having to do a lot of Googling, a lot of trial and error. Yeah, it's fun, man. It's a great time. I wonder why I'm still getting this error though. Where is it looking for? An error occurred when calling list bucket operation. As always, yeah, as always. So that's the right endpoint URL. Those are the credentials I entered. Oh, they don't use options that way. Okay, so AWS S3. Ah, there it is. Okay, so why isn't that working with the configuration? Why is that not working? Why is that not working? I wonder if that's not valid configuration. Okay, what happens if I just move this to like that? Ah, yes, there we go. It does raise the question of why does this guy's config? Let's try this other config. Okay, that seems to work. Very interesting. I wonder if it's a version conflict, maybe? Between the version of the CLI I have. Yeah, see, that does not work. So it must be something to do with... But if I do the services entry like this, then we're good. Which I think I prefer because I only want to override the S3 service endpoint. That works. Cool. So now we should be able to go back to Tubely, and we should be able to fake out the boot dev submission. There you go. We're not really working with S3, but it thinks we are. All right. It says upload the image file to your newly created bucket. Replace bucket name with the name of your bucket. Okay. Where's my kind of a different setup from time ago? No, been a lot of time since I've been here. Yeah, it's a little bit different setup. I've got a different music. I've been using some different music, and I've been working real hard on building this term chat client out, which I've been having a ton of fun doing, but haven't worked on it much in the last couple weeks. And then I also built this Pomodoro timer using Ratatouille and Rust. That was a lot of fun to build. So yeah, we've been, life, change. It's the ever-present constant in life. Change. All right, where's my... There it is. This guy. This is who I'm looking for. Let's put you over here. And let's upload a file. It wants us to upload... I think it wants us to upload the horizontal one. Okay. Now it wants us to do this. And our bucket name is Tubely-001. And then we'll do cat temp bucket. There we go. Ooh, Pomodoro timer, a project I have in my to-do since forever. Yeah, it's great. I love it. I love having it in the terminal. I've been using it a ton. I use it every day now. I was using a web app, just this random Pomodoro timer web app that I found online. That's what I've been using for forever. And then I can't remember, somebody I think made the suggestion like, hey, you should try to build... I don't know if that was chat that made the suggestion or who, but that was a fun project. And it was relatively straightforward to build with Ratatouille. I did it with Ratatouille in like a couple evenings. Ratatouille is awesome. Good to see you, Rockin' Brain. Hope you're doing well. You want to do yours in C with Raylib? Very cool. Yeah, I took a small detour down the C rabbit hole, but I didn't enjoy myself all that much. What are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? I'm gonna go get some beef jerky. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. This is funny. Honestly, I don't know why I even bought this course. Love those. They're very funny. Whoever, I don't know if Lane was the one. I'm guessing Lane authored a lot of the original boot.dev content, but I think he has employees now. But their content is it's good, but it's also very funny, like entertaining, tongue-in-cheek stuff, which I like. Wow, you're a higher level than me now? Am I really? I've been grinding, man. I'm trying to get to level 100. $86. I've got 14 more levels to go. I'm gonna get there, man. It slows down a lot though. Like I feel like we've been at level 80. I thought we were at level 85 for like forever, or 84 for forever. All right. So now we should be able to install these. And let's go ahead and open this up. Now he's got some stuff in the environment here. I don't know what this is for yet. I think this is something to do with CloudFront. I'm not going to use CloudFront, but there's... The bosses are the best way, I think, to grab... Bosses? So what are bosses? I don't think I know about this. Bosses? $3,000 for lessons completed this hour, granting 40% XP. So basically, if you complete lessons while there's a boss, you get additional XP. That's cool. So I've been earning extra XP then during this event, huh? Okay, this is good to know. We did make a guild. We called our guild the C Sharp Guild. I can't take credit for the name. Kale, one of my members, came up with that name. Yeah. Clever guy for sure. I wish I was that clever. Yeah, man, go for it. Here, I'll post the... All are welcomed. You just need the link, right? Yeah. There you go. Join our boot.dev guild. Oh, did that just go through on Twitch? No, that went through on YouTube too. I think something broke with my YouTube connection. There we go. For some reason, I stopped receiving. Nice, dude. Thanks for joining the guild. Appreciate that. Oh yeah, no worries. No worries, man. Do what you gotta do. Appreciate you hanging out here as long as you have. All right, so we need to do that. We need to use config.load default config to auto load the default AWS SDK config. as arguments, give it an empty context and pass config with region to use the region that's set in your env file. Create a client with your config. Assign the client to the S3 client field. Update the S3 bucket and S3 region variables in your .env file. They'll be saved into your API config. Okay. So we will do config .load default config. Okay. It'll be context background. Then do config with region. Okay. Now we need to create S3 client equals pass in the config. Maybe this hands back a config object. Can I chain this on the end here? No. Okay, interesting. I think this is what they want me to do. I'm not 100% certain. Oh, shoot. I don't know what's supposed to go here. It says AWS config, but it doesn't want me to pass this module. So CJ, why don't you use AI to help you? Just because we're learning. What's a file server? So this is basically what we're learning about in this course on boot.dev is basically how to use Go to build a server that allows you to upload video files and thumbnails for your videos. So we're just kind of learning about how to interact with storing a file from a client through a server to a bunch of different backing stores. And we're also learning how to use an S3 service or S3 compatible service to store files. So it's just kind of a learning exercise. But yeah, I don't use AI very much even when I do code on my own, when I'm not even doing courses like this. I'm not a big AI user myself. But, you know, no shade if that's how you like to work. Go for it. So I think this returns a config object. Config.with region. I don't think this hands back anything. But this does. So I think we need to do I'm gonna do this. S3 config. I'm gonna do that. Now you're mad because obviously I'm not handling the error. Now we're gonna do S3 client equals S3 client. And then now we can go into our handle upload video, which has no implementation whatsoever. And we're gonna do some implementation. Okay. Max Bytes Reader. Excuse me. We can just basically copy. We have to do a lot of the same operations here. Basically all the way to this point. The only difference is you're going to be down here. How to use http.max bytes reader. So you just reassign the body like this. And this is going to parse the multi-part data. then we need to get the video metadata from the database, just like we do down here. A lot of the same operations here. Okay, parse the uploaded video file from the form data. Use .form file. Yep. With the key video. This is not thumbnail, this is video. Remember to defer closing. I'm actually going to move this up then. Oh, I guess we should put that maybe here. Validate the uploaded file to ensure it's an MP4 video. Use mime.parse media type. Okay. I also don't need that. Alright, so if we do have the content type, mime.parse media type. So this takes a string, parses a media type value and any optional parameters per RFC blah blah blah. Wonder why it returns a bunch of stuff. It sure does return a lot of things. I guess I'm only going to use the first one, so we'll just ignore all the others. And we'll say if meme type does not equal video slash MP4. We'll say unable to, you can only upload .mp4 files. Something to that effect. Hey, what's up, Rockin' Brain? Always happy to see you coding, brother. Always grinding, studying. I try, man, I try. I just have a lot of fun doing it. And I set this goal for myself to get to level 100 on boot.dev. I'm not going to give up on it till I get there. I don't want to be one of those people that says they're going to do stuff and then doesn't do it, you know? It's a lame way to live your life. Okay, save the uploaded file to a temporary file on disk. Okay. So os.create temp. I passed in an empty string for the directory. All right, so what does this take? And tubely. Oh, this returns me a temp file. I know I should be handling these errors, but I'm speed rushing this thing now. Or speed running, not speed rushing. Defer OS remove. Temp file.name. Close the temp file so it will close before the remove. Defer. Defer is last in, first out. Oh. So if temp file is last in, it will be first out. Okay. Copy the contents over the wire to the temp file. io.copy. So we will, they said copy it over the wire. So we're going to give it the destination, which is our temp file. And our source will be our file. Reset the temp file's pointer to the beginning. Okay. Temp file.seek, and we'll seek from 0 to IO seek start. This will allow us to read the file again from the beginning. Wonderful. Now we want to put the object into S3 using put object. You'll need to provide the bucket name, the file key, the file contents, and content type, which is the meme type of the file. Okay. Update the video URL of the video record in the database with the S3 bucket and key. S3 URLs are in the format blah blah blah. Make sure you use the correct region and bucket name. I don't know what MinIO, what are their file formats? It's a good question. What's up, 199? Nice to see you. Can you dismiss this? I share. Okay, that's not what I want. I want the actual URL. Downloads it. Going to bed soon? Good, man. I appreciate you stopping by and saying hello. That's very kind of you. Definitely not necessary though, you know? But I'm very appreciative of it. I've been going live now for like almost 4 hours, so I'm probably getting to the end anyways myself. Wonder what's going on in the news, huh? Rebel Creamery. Why does that sound familiar? Oh yeah, I've had their ice cream before. They filed for bankruptcy. Wow. That sucks. Oh, there's Dario Amade. What's he talking about? Says AI backlash is fundamentally a crisis of trust. No, how about people just don't like your shit, bro? Dario Amadeus says the way for AI to win over the public is to actually cure cancer. Yeah, I don't think AI is going to be the one to cure cancer, bro, but whatever. God, I cannot stand the AI. I can't stand it. Can't stand it. Huh. Dude, I really want a Galaxy Z Fold so bad. They're so damn expensive, but they just look so freaking cool. How much does it cost? $2,100, man. $2,100. And you got to pay an extra $600 to get the 16 gigabyte version? Damn. You could almost buy a DGX Spark for that, right? What was a DGX Spark is like $4,000. Yeah, I mean, you're halfway to your own personal little local AI hosting situation. That's tough to justify, man. That is tough to justify. Okay, where did my boot.dev go? That's not it. I think I accidentally closed it. Damn it. All right. So we're going to make a call to our S3 client. So we're going to say cfg.s3 client. And we are going to put okay, it looks like maybe I have the wrong oh, not put object, not put bucket, put object. Sorry. put object, and that takes the context, which will be the request context, and then it takes a S3 put object input. So the bucket name, and this is going to come from S3 bucket. The file key, use the same random 32-byte hex.ext format as the key. As the key? What? I don't know what they're talking about. I mean, I guess I can just do what we're doing over here. So this is going to be temp file. Content type, which is the meme type. Okay. Then we need to update the video URL of the video record in the database with the S3 bucket and key. Okay. Hey, what's up, JYT? I love that emote. That's great. Love that. This shouldn't be thumbnail URL. This should be video URL. We don't have. I don't know what the video URL should be. So I'm guessing this is just going to be video URL and some sort of string that we're going to figure out. Then I guess I'll just respond the same way the thumbnail does. If I'm being completely honest, I haven't enjoyed this boot.dev course very much. If I'm being completely honest. Hey, what's up, D? Long time no see, man. It's going good. Yeah, we're almost to the point where we're storing video in buckets. We're almost putting the videos in the buckets. Almost. All right. So our URL is going to be this. %s, which is our bucket name, and then %s, which is our file key. So this will be cfg.s3 bucket and the file key. So let's go ahead and restart our server. Oh man, that's taking a long time. Had me thinking I broke something there for a second. All right, let's try to upload our video file. Wants us to upload the vertical one. I think it worked. Let's go to our bucket. Yep. No, it did not work. If I had to guess, I'm guessing it's because our access is not properly set on the bucket. Let's look at the policy. Yeah, I need to set a policy on the bucket. Okay. Gotta go back here. Docker into this guy. And then does this have Vim on it? No. Does it have Nano? No. Okay. Where am I? That's fine. I guess let's echo. Vi? You think Vi's in there? Nah. I bet it's the image. So we should be able to do something like this. Policy.json. Let me just copy it. And then we should be able to do oh, you know what? We don't have to do this from inside the container though, because we have the AWS CLI. So what we can actually do is I think we can do this. We can do policy.json. Copy this guy. Tubely-001. Then we can do AWS. Okay, what if I do... What if I set the endpoint? So we say dash endpoint URL. Malformed policy. Oh man, that's awesome. You bought a $3,300 laptop, bro. That's a scary purchase, man. That's a scary, but that's the most I've never bought a computer that expensive before. So that is oh, we have to prefix this. But that's awesome, man. I hope you're excited. When do you get it? Okay. Let's try again. Choose file. All right, it's not succeeding. So we're gonna need to figure this out. This is what happens when you try to do things your own way. What does this return? This returns an error. So let's log what the error is. Error adding object %b. Oh, this should be. I hovered over that purchase button for like a week, going back and forth thinking about it. But per my calculations, it should save me like 120. Nice, nice. So it should pay itself off in like 2.5 years. That's awesome, dude. I'm excited for you. There's nothing more exciting than getting some new hardware. Hello, Agent 818. I'm doing well.